Okay, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to cover manager principles. Now, this is the very first screen you will see when you take over a club on Football Manager 24 console. Now, it doesn't come up if you're unemployed. It's only when you actually take over the club. So it doesn't matter if you start unemployed. It's completely blank. You got a blank slate. So as soon as you choose a club, it asks you, what's your principles? What on earth does this screen mean? There's nothing on the internet. I have spent the first half of the year looking at this to be able to explain it. So the first thing we're doing today is I'm just going to take you through step by step what the management principles are. So first of all, you got dedication, respect, perfectionism, intelligence, consistency, resilience, adaptability, leadership, expressionism, and teamwork. That's 10. Okay, that's a lot. And you go choose 3 of those with nothing there. It says suggest, but the suggest doesn't tell you why that works. The only time you find out when it does work is if you actually have your actual team's mindsets. Each mindset is obviously different for a club. There are some which are well balanced, there's some completely unbalanced, and there's some which are the dominant, well-oiled machines, which I have found 1 or 2 which are really scary to see because I have not come across many of those. Really tricky. There's loads of pitfalls and everything because it doesn't tell you. It doesn't even tell you if you made the right choice based on that, or it wants you to think outside the box. This is what I'm doing. It actually then tells you the impact of those decisions that you've made, and you've probably wondered, oh, have I cocked this up? Have I actually made the wrong decision for the last 4 months? Leaders are only really boosted by respect and leadership. Your thinkers actually are the ones most impacted. So the thinkers are perfectionism, intelligence, consistency, resilience, and expressionism. The perfectionism and intelligence is only boosting one, whereas consistency, resilience, and expressionism is actually improving either the hard workers or the relaxed. Okay, so that's something to bear in mind. The relaxed, as I've said, are boosted by resilience, adaptability, and expressionism. And then hard workers are your dedication and your consistency, which are each a value of 1 for bad, 2 for average, 3 for good. Now, on a single principle, none of them are good. Okay, so it's 1 or 2, easy. And then what we've tried to do then is work out the split. Okay, so if I go to my percentages here. Okay, so as you can remember, if you remember, I said dedication was 3 bads and an average. Okay, so in my head, what I've assigned bad is 20% as a boost. Okay, and teamwork, which I'm using as a control, would be the same average split of 25% because I'm assuming it treats all the same. And then average gets you to 40%. 5 off the other 3, add it on to the average 20. That's the split I've tried to do. Again, so you can see the splits here now. Because you get 2 averages, I've given them 40%. So that works out about 80% of the averages for the 2 boosted ones. Whether that makes sense to you, I have no idea. But this is this is my theory of how it works. So I've tried to roughly work it out at 100%. So there you go. So each principle for 1 core principle has 100% or 10 or whichever way. How does the second principle affect it? Well, we've done the same thing. Dedication, for example, we've gone for the first one. We've gone dedication. So what we've tried to do is combine the 2. Football Manager console, it tells you this. So it says if you put dedication with respect, it's giving you an average for your leader. Bad thinker, relaxed, average. And this is where it came to when we get to the third one. I was going back going, this is hard. So just watch now. So how come dedication and consistency has a good, and the other 2 have an average and 1 has a bad? So we go back to dedication. There, consistency, you got 1 average there of 80, 40, and 40. That's a good. 2 40s make a good. Perfectionism, because obviously we're talking about thinkers, there's a lot of goods in the thinkers, okay? And that's because you've got 40, 40, 40, 40, 40, and that's perfectionism with intelligence, consistency, and resilience, okay? Perfection with intelligence, consistency, and resilience. Although it's not a perfect, and I repeat this, although it's not in practice perfect, it does actually make sense because perfectionism combined with either intelligence, consistency, or resilience gives you a good. I've tried to then give you, as you can see here, leaders don't like perfectionism. Everything about it sucks. Everything in leaders is bad for perfectionism. You got this big green patch here for thinkers, so that makes complete and utter sense. I mean, we know it's about the intelligence side of things, the actual, that type of thing. Not the intelligence, the game management, the intelligence, consistency, resilience, is all the mental attributes. Boom, all really strong. That's a core green there. They sound like a relaxed. Now, relaxed is quite good because, like I said, relaxed do not like consistent or leadership. They don't want leadership as a core thing, and they don't want consistency. They react bad to it. And then you've got hard workers who don't like intelligence or resilience. So, again, big clump of red in the middle there for those few. So that's two, okay? Explain one or two things about now when you start having these threes. One of the problems I found was there's not just three outcomes. It's not just bad, average, and good. If you just had a bad, average, or good, for example, there's probably more than one average, there's more than one good, it felt like. So look, I tried to then put scores against them. So as you can see here, having adaptability for leaders will give you a 4. So leaders would have adaptability and expressionism, for example, and consistency would give you 23. Now, if you had, now this is a key bit which might blow your mind. This is purely my scale. Whether or not this works, and if someone else knows any more, please comment below. Tell me. You can't have anything lower than a 3 because 3 ones are the lowest you can have. So that's 3. Therefore, if all of them had bad, you'd have to have 3 bad. Because one average boosts that to a 4, I've called it lower average. If you have 3 averages, I'd say that's probably a good. And then you've got very good because of the 7. So you've got to have, there's definitely going to be one higher than the 6. Ace gives us adaptability and consistency, but there is more than one good. And I think that is the key thing we got to go across here. So the score for adaptability, consistency, and expressionism gives you 23. So I had to look another one in because someone else came along and asked. So we're looking at rep. Give me a little respect, expressionism, and professionalism. So rep, then this is where we're talking about higher average. So the game give us average, good, good, good again, which looks quite good. But when you compare it to adaptability, consistency, and expressionism, they look the same. But is there a difference between adaptability, consistency, and expressionism versus respect, expressionism, and professionalism? Answer is yes. So as you can see on the scoring system, perfectionism has 3 bads, therefore 1 bad each. That makes sense. Then you've got average and good. Again, well, we know that thinkers like perfectionism, expressionism, and consistency. Perfectionism, expressionism, and consistency. So therefore, they've got goods. They're not too bothered, mind, about expressionism and consistency. Interesting. Anyway, good. So we've got the 3 bad, just to show you this is what the bad setup is. And we know it's bad, good, average, good. Okay, because we're not here. Bad, good, average, good. So we've got 21. I'm doing this to 21 because 3 bads, 7 goods, you got a score. 2 very goods. See, because 3 and 3 is 8. Yeah, very good. It could be even higher than very good. I don't. But perfectionism, expressionism, and consistency gives you a 22, which again would boost your thinkers. Wouldn't be as high as that because of the lower average on the bads. The bads would take it down. So on a side note, since creating the video, we've actually created a calculator to compare principles as well. So now you don't even have to do anything. You can go onto the spreadsheet and you will be able to go, give me 3 different principles and what's the likely impact on each mindset. So you can see here, below average, above average, and bad for leaders. You can compare thinkers. So you can see good, very good, or superb. You got relaxed and you got hard workers. So hopefully this is helpful for everyone. Hopefully you'll find it useful. Thank you for watching the video. Until next time, goodbye.